Okay, this is our second 350 AR-15 in a week that does not like to feed. And the reason it really doesn't like to feed is always going to be magazine related, and this is a bottleneck case in this 5.56. And the bottleneck case can ride off of the lips of the magazine and feed into the feed ramps, okay, and shoot its way into the chamber. The straight walled case of the 350 cannot do that. So you're going to have to take down the front of the magazine where that bigger case can make a smooth transition. And the other biggest problem is a no tilting follower. When this puts pressure on it and these bullets are able to go nose down, you're going to have a malfunction every single time. So we're going to put a no tilting follower in here. And you see our modifications. We also have to reduce the length of that portion of the lips on the magazine because we want the rounds to orient up. We want them to be pointed into that chamber smooth as possible. So this is the modification that you're going to need to do if you want 350 to work in an AR-15. And no tilting follower is a must. So we're going to fix it, and we'll try a bunch of different kinds of ammo and see if it works. I'm sure it will. All right, there's our no tilting follower installed. You got to modify just a little bit. It depends on what magazine you're getting it out of. But as long as you can push on the tip of the follower and it slides up and down freely and does not bind, you're perfect. No tilting follower, gun's gonna work. Okay, here's our bullet selection that we have. What we're gonna do is just take a couple different of each type of bullet and randomly load the magazine with them. But before we can shoot, I noticed something else. The other gun's issue was buffer tube was bent for unknown reason. Here is a buffer tube's loose. You have to stake the castle nut on an AR-15 or any shooting. This works free. Okay, I don't even have a wrench. I can take this gun apart with my fingers, okay? So this is the thing. You have to stake castle nut. So let me stake his castle nut and then we can finally shoot him. Although they look cool, the AR-15 was designed to be rear charging right here. And there was nothing wrong with that because you could actually remove the bolt carrier. So what we got to do is we're going to have to Loctite this fastener. And if you want to take them out to clean the gun, you just simply got to apply a little bit of heat with a hair dryer, heat gun, something to loosen the Loctite, and you'll easily be able to pull the bolt out. No movement on our castle nut because it's staked, and our handle's still tight. So we're looking pretty good. 3 rounds. Let's see what is 8 from 3 is 5. We got 5 bullets. Let's see if we can dump them. Another malfunction. And I bet you he's the same type of bullet. Lock the bolt to the rear. Okay, he is the soft tip Winchester. Every bullet has cycled except for this one. We got 2 of them. Okay. Believe it or not, Hornady's not actually a very good ammunition manufacturer. And I've had problems with Hornady in the past. Now, if you look at this shoulder, this where it's kinking at, it's an ammunition problem. It's not a firearm problem because they've not crimped. Look at this straight-walled case. And let me see if I can focus on this thing. You can see a bulge in it right now already. You see the bulge right at the case? You can see them more pronounced than any other bullet. You can see that little bitty line right there, if you look closely. They didn't actually crimp that straight wall case. They forced that projectile in there and it's heavy, and that's what's hanging it up in the gun. These are an assortment of all his other different types of bullets, and it functions every one of these bullets without a hitch. So I'm going to load all these bullets in a magazine and I'll dump every one of them out. No Hornadies in there, and it'll work. Okay. It just keeps getting better. In the world of AR-15s, everybody wants the newest, hottest thing. Come on, focus. Everybody wants the newest, hottest. Newest, hottest is set screws to an adjustable gas block. All military rifles are pinned. AKs are pinned, ARs are pinned. But I don't want a front sight, you know what I mean? I want to be cool. But what you do is you take a pinned gas block and you just cut the front side off of it because then it doesn't move. You can't put Loctite on it. Okay, looks like it's got a 2.7 millimeter gas port in it. We're going to crown it and we're going to open it up to 3 millimeters. So we'll get a little bit more gas in the gun, see if it'll lock the bolt to the rear is what we're really looking for. And the gas block is adjustable, and we got to drill the bottom and recess it for those button screws and then peen. So I'll show you some more pictures. Okay, if you look, that is the correct way to do a gas port. It needs to be chamfered, and it's out to 3 millimeters now. On the bottom, you have to drill recesses for the button screws to actually set in the barrel. We don't want it to move at all. So that's what you actually have to do if you really care about what you're doing. All right, let's set it back up. Try it again. Okay. We got the gas block back on, and we've got 2 rounds in here. First one's subsonic and the other is a ballistic tip. We're not gonna put the handguard on because the gas block's adjustable and we wanna make sure it's right. Already malfunctioned on feeding. The cartridge, dude, these guns suck, like legit. It's not designed for a fucking straight walled case. He's stuck in the chamber. I say we do pay a little bit of attention to the chamber too while we're at it. All right, on the chamber. Okay, more problems. It kind of never ends with this particular bullshit caliber in a military rifle that was never designed to be used with this. This is the problem when you start fucking with things that don't need to be fucked with. Field stripping, it's a bitch. You got to pull the fucking handle off the bolt carrier just to get it out. But anyways, under normal circumstances, when you disassemble this bolt head and pull the cam pin out and everything, you reset it by slinging it towards the ground. And I'll sling it towards the ground as hard as I want, and you can't get it to move. You can't even get it to move with all the pressure in your finger to unlock. So we're going to have to figure out what the fuck's going on with that, because this cam pin is way too tight in this bolt head. It should be moving freely. Polished cam pin. That's what it's supposed to do, is be able to be flicked out effortlessly. Polished cam pin. It works. Alright, we got a magazine with a couple of different bullets in there. The first one is our ballistic tip, and the next one is a Hornady. So let's see if it can cycle. Alright. We're going to empty it. Fucking Hornady malfunction every time. I'm telling you, Hornady's no-go. He's bottlenecked in the cramp stage. He just doesn't want to feed, like right out of the box. But there's no more Hornadies in here. So we got, what, 2, 6? 6 in here. It'll feed all 6 of these, no problem. Lock bolt to the rear. Hornady sucks. No malfunctions whatsoever. Alright. I think this is the final test fire. But then again, you never know. Bolt to the rear. Feels good. You can tell the difference in the subsonic and the full power. Locks the bolt to the rear, but it's short. You see where the bolt carrier could still extend a little bit more back. It's a lesser of two evils, because if we turn the gas up more, we have a lot of recoil with full power loads. This is the bullets that you're going to shoot to kill deers with, and it's going to work every time. Every single time. There was 3. As fast as I could pull the trigger, it locks the bolt to the rear. So the correct bullets for the gun work great, and they're tuned for the gun. So the PowerPoints are the only bullets. Do not use any of those other bullets.